Good afternoon, Fantasy Bay. Mike Williams here with another Week 5 game preview. And today we're going to be going over the Packers versus the Cowboys. Let's get it started. All right, so this game is going to be on Sunday at 4:25 p.m. It's good. The over-under is currently at 47, and the spread was started off at -4 and is currently -3.5, favoring the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Dak had an awful game. 223 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, didn't even run for one on the ground. He had an awful game. But, everybody had been hyping him up a lot at the beginning of this season, and I completely understand why, because I was as well. But that was because of the schedule. Not that Dak's not good. Dak is a good quarterback, and I think that moving forward he should be fine. But he is not invincible. He faced, to start off the year, everybody was saying how great it was. The Giants, we now know how garbage they are defensively. The Redskins, get out of here, they're trash. The Dolphins, they're the worst team in the league. And then they ran up against the Saints, and the Saints gave them a little thumping. Dak Prescott also wasn't helped with the 2 fumbles that happened that weren't his fault. Jason Witten happened to fumble, and Zeke Elliott fumbled. He would have had a chance for 2 extra touchdowns on that. So I'm not saying that he couldn't have had a good game, but what I am saying is the overall impact was not a good game. So in my personal opinion, I think he should have an okay game this game, even though Green Bay is 4th against the quarterback. I don't think that we're going to see gangbusters from Dak Prescott, but I do think he has a decent game. Obviously, you're going to start Zeke, even though he had a terrible game last game. 18 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown. Meh. But, he's Zeke. You're going to start him regardless. Let's go down to Jason Witten had 4 receptions off of 4 targets and 50 yards. Other than that fumble, he had a pretty decent game. He looks like to be the outlet for Dak Prescott whenever he's in deep trouble. He does like his tight end. 4 receptions isn't amazing, but in a tight end landscape where you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, I would take Jimmy Graham over Witten, but Witten is an okay substitute in the worst of conditions. Amari Cooper, 5 receptions for 48 yards off of 8 targets. It's okay. I'm not foreseeing him having an amazing game this game. I believe that the Green Bay Packers are 1st against the wide receiver, so I'm fading him a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he's going to fall out of the top 30 or anything, but I don't think he's a top 15 play this week personally. And I'm not touching the other wide receivers. All right, let's go down to the Green Bay Packers. And, you gotta mind me for a second because I got to get on a soapbox. Davante Adams, my man, got injured. Some of you may know I predicted for him to have an amazing game last week, and he did. Came out gangbusters. 10 receptions, 180 yards. He looked amazing. And then he got the turf toe. Thankfully, it's not an extreme version of the turf toe like AJ Green had. He doesn't need surgery, so he is ruled out for this week, but there's a chance that he plays next week. There was a slight chance that he played this week, but I would prefer him heal up, get 100%, and then come back because I believe the connection between him and Aaron Rodgers are about to be amazing when he gets back, so watch out for him. Also, I think that was the last time you can buy low for him, by the way. All right, so Aaron Rodgers had an okay game. 422 yards. I like that. 2 touchdowns. I like that. He threw a pick, which, meh. He also rushed for 5 times for 46 yards. That's not normally up his alley. I like that. He's getting his legs back involved. That's what I'm talking about. Aaron Jones didn't have the greatest game on the ground. 13 carries for 21 yards. Yikes. But he did have a touchdown. And in the air, he looked really good. 6 receptions. I'm loving 6 receptions. In a full PPR league, that's a big deal. 6 receptions for 37 yards off of 7 targets. I like that. I think that now that Davante Adams is out for this week, I think you can fire up your Geronimo Allisons, your MVS, and your Jimmy Grahams. All 3 of those are going to be good plays. Jimmy Graham is on a lot of waiver wires, and if you need a tight end, I play him this week. I think he gets at least 60 and a touchdown. And Geronimo Allison and MVS, I think, are both playable. MVS has been getting more of the targets recently, but I also saw that Geronimo Allison got a few targets in the end zone. So I think they're both playable, and they both have touchdown upsides with 60-plus yards and 4 catches each, probably. All right. Let's go to how well the Cowboys play against each position. So the Cowboys are 6th against the quarterback. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has an amazing game, but I do think that he has a serviceable game. I know that Davante Adams is his star receiver, but I do think that the combination of Geronimo Allison and MVS with Jimmy Graham can help catapult him into a top 12 finish this week. Jimmy Graham, I think, is a top 10 tight end. The Cowboys are 26th or 28th against the tight end. That's terrible. So Jimmy Graham should feast. The Cowboys are 9th against the wide receiver, but I still think that Aaron Rodgers is going to get it to his guys. And they're 20th against running backs, so fire up your Aaron Jones. I also believe that Jamal Williams will either be limited or out. So Aaron Jones is going to be an amazing play this week. So I would definitely hitch him up. All right. That's going to be the Week 5 game preview for the Cowboys versus the Packers. If you have any questions, hit me up. Follow me on all social media and like and subscribe. I'll see you later, Fantasy Bay.